Now, first on the Western Slope, you're watching KREX5 News at 6 p.m.
Good evening and thanks for watching KREX5 News. I'm Chance Stickland. Logan Wilbur and Lena Takata are on assignment. If you've got kids, listen up. The enhanced child tax credit begins tomorrow, helping millions of Americans financially struggling after the pandemic. Our Riley Spence spoke with Senator Michael Bennet, who says that this could change lives.
The 2021 child tax credit payments will soon be distributed to nearly 39 million families, according to the U.S. Treasury Department. President Biden says the purpose of readjusting the already existent tax credit is to alleviate millions of children from poverty, especially coming out of a pandemic. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has impacted millions of Americans, leaving many jobless and struggling to feed their families. The maximum child tax credit has been raised to $3,600 for qualifying children under the age of 6 and to $3,000 for qualifying children between ages 6 and 17, which are released in monthly installments ranging from $250 to $300. Homeward Bound in Grand Junction says this could help put roofs over many families' heads.
Families that we serve that do not have housing currently, this will certainly go a long way in helping them build up that savings just to put some money away and start to look for things.
Eligible families won't have to do anything to receive their payments. The IRS will calculate whether or not your household qualifies with your 2019 and 2020 federal income tax returns. Senator Michael Bennet says this will give Americans from all walks of life a second chance.
We've had an economy that's worked really well for the top 10% of Americans and not worked well for almost anybody else. This is a very modest way of trying to address that and give families the chance at the end of the month to be able to pay the rent or pay for additional groceries or pay for a little bit of childcare.
The credit is available to those with an income of $75,000 or less for a single taxpayer, or $150,000 or less for married couples who file taxes jointly. If you qualify, you will receive the monthly payments through December. To check on eligibility, you can check the IRS Child Tax Credit Portal online. First on the Western Slope, Riley Spence, KREX5 News.
And starting Thursday, qualified households will receive their first round of monthly installments. You can expect direct deposits or paper checks. Are you an entrepreneur or a local business owner that has struggled to get back on your feet after the pandemic? Well, you're in luck. The West Slope Startup Week is here and is offering support to anyone seeking help. KREX5's Austin Sack joins us live in the studio to share all of that this week includes. Austin?
Thanks, Chance. The third annual West Slope Startup Week will feature several virtual educational sessions presented by influencers from across the Western Slope. The week also includes more than 20 in-person sessions happening right here in Grand Junction. The West Slope Startup Week is a regional startup business conference that strives to bring local entrepreneurs, creatives, and developers together. According to the West Slope Startup Week lead organizer, this event is run by the business community for the business community. After the pandemic forced last year's conference to be completely virtual, organizers of the event have seen growth in participants.
So many people were actually forced to reevaluate what they did productively over this last year, and more people went freelance, more people went location neutral, people started passion-based side project businesses. And so there's actually just a lot of energy right now in the startup community, and I think people are really excited just to be together and supporting each other again.
This completely free event is possible thanks to the many contributors, including U.S. Bank, Downtown Grand Junction, and West Slope Works. The Western Slope is working to recover from COVID-19, but to anyone looking for help, this entrepreneur supporter says,
if you want something, come, make it happen. Host an event. If there's 4 people that show up at the co-working space, then that's a win for our community. So, I'd say it's all about connecting right now. We're hungry for it. Come say hello and ask for help. We're here for you.
Although majority of this year's conference is virtual, the remaining days of the West Slope Startup Week will be held in person in Grand Junction, and event organizers are already thinking about next year's.
So overall, it's been going really well, and we have to ask ourselves, what can we do next year to really continue to evolve and help support people and meet them where they are?
For a full event schedule, head to westsslopestartupweek.com. And if you're not able to attend this year's conference, visit our website, westernslopenow.com, where I will post more resources. Reporting live in the studio and first on the Western Slope, I'm Austin Sack, KREX5 News. Chance?
Thanks, Austin. After 25 years serving in law enforcement as a whole, Matt Lewis says he's retiring as Mesa County Sheriff, a position he has filled for more than 6 years. Starting as detention deputy, Lewis worked almost every position in the agency before ultimately becoming sheriff. He says community engagement and public safety were always among his top goals. Lewis says his decision to retire from the agency is based on, quote, what is good and right for my family. But although he's retiring from the force, he's not retiring altogether. His next role will be as Director of Safety and Security at Community Hospital. Lewis says he's ready to continue serving the community he loves, incorporating experience on the force to healthcare.
This new job is going to be very challenging for me, but it will allow me to take a lot of those relationships and a lot of the public safety personnel that I've worked with in my role as Mesa County Sheriff and put those to use for Community Hospital.
He's not going to be our security officer. I mean, Matt's role as a director in this organization is going to be helping us with risk throughout the organization, whether that's security, life safety. We spend a lot of time with EMS planning for disasters. We have disaster drills, so that will be part of Matt's responsibility.
Lewis's official last day as sheriff is August 6th. His new role at Community Hospital will begin August 9th. The county commissioners are in charge of appointing an interim sheriff for the rest of Lewis's term. Well, several trees on the side of the road and other public areas around Grand Junction are experiencing severe stress. This is in large part because of the insects and drought conditions. We spoke to city officials today who told us how the city is addressing this issue. You may have heard the buzz around town. Grand Junction forestry crews have begun treating and removing public trees around the city.
This year we are faced with more threats than we faced in recent history, from pressure from drought as well as pressure from pests, specifically the lilac ash borer and the ash bark beetle, for two insects that are attacking our urban tree canopy.
These concerns have prompted tree injections, trunk spray, and removal of infested ash trees. The urban tree canopy, which covers 4,650 acres or 11% of the community, is in danger. And another threat to the city's tree growth could only make the situation worse.
Actually, yesterday, the town of Erie recently discovered a pest called the EAB, the emerald ash borer. And that was discovered in Erie, and it's making its way to the western slope. And when it arrives here, the pressure that we're seeing and the decline and death that we're seeing in our ash tree inventory is only going to accelerate.
In order to avoid the pile of rubble like the one I'm standing in right now, or the loss of a personal tree, city officials are urging residents to water their trees, water their tree lawn, do frequent tree treatment, and don't buy ash trees. Various sources of revenue are helping fund this project by the Parks and Rec Forestry Division.
Sales tax dollars are definitely funds Parks and Rec, as well as fees, revenue from fees. We get money from the Colorado Lottery, and we get money from open space. And actually recently the voters approved revenue from marijuana sales. When that comes to our community, the bulk of those revenues are going to come to support Parks and Recreation. Ken
Charbonneau also told us the Parks and Rec are stewards of public assets, not only of the urban tree canopy, but the park systems, Parks and Rec facilities, and the trails. And an alarming new spike in the coronavirus and the growing political fight over how to stop the spread among younger Americans. According to Johns Hopkins University, the nationwide average of new daily cases doubled in the last 3 weeks, with the South hit especially hard. Omar Villafranca reports from Jackson, Mississippi.
Across the state of Mississippi, 7 children are now hospitalized with COVID-19, fighting the dangerous virus in intensive care units. 2 are on ventilators.
When you have younger kids who are now getting hospitalized, what do people need to take from that?
So what we're hearing is this is a mix of kids with underlying conditions and then some that were previously healthy.
Dr. Jennifer Bryan, chairman of the Board of Trustees at Mississippi State Medical Association, says children are more at risk when vaccination rates are low.
In this phase of the pandemic, there's really 2 life choices. It's to vaccinate or you're going to get COVID. It is that contagious of a virus.
In Tennessee, the state's top vaccination official, Dr. Michelle Fiscus, says she was fired this week after suggesting some teenagers could get vaccinated without parental consent.
This Delta variant is beginning to bear down on us, that we know is more infectious and infects children more significantly.
Meanwhile, the Tennessean says it obtained emails and an internal report from the state's health department that claim it will stop vaccine outreach to minors for all diseases, not just COVID, amid pressure from Republican lawmakers. In a statement to CBS News, the Tennessee Department of Health said, "We continue to support outreach efforts and that it has in no way shuttered the Immunizations for Children program. We are simply mindful of how certain tactics could hurt that progress." But as kids get ready to return to classrooms in a few weeks, Fiscus said she is worried the risk of COVID will only get worse.
So they're going to go back into schools with no mask mandates and no protection from a vaccination.
We talked to Dr. Leah Smith, a pediatrician who leads the COVID outreach at her church here in Mississippi. And she said the toughest group to try to convince to get vaccinated, young people. But she says the spike in the number of children in the ICU could act as a wake-up call. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Jackson, Mississippi.
And still to come on KREX5 News Sports with Jocelyn Stafford. Plus, your full weather forecast is just 60 seconds away. We'll be right back.